Flying solo on this one, but excited to chat with the possible NCAA Baseball Freshman of the Year. He's currently in the driver's seat of that for that award, according to Baseball America. Jacob Berry, infielder for the Pac-12 champion Arizona Wildcats. Jacob, thanks for taking time to chat, and congrats on the championship. I want to start off by asking you, that must have been a crazy couple hours in Corvallis on Sunday, rallying to beat Oregon State and then watching Stanford knock off Oregon in extras to give your team the Pac-12 title. What was that whole experience like for you and the team?
Well, first, thanks for having me on this, and that was probably one of the most up and down games I've ever been a part of. We were struggling for the first few innings, and we just kept battling, and it just seems like we weren't getting things to fall. And then finally, in the eighth inning, we rallied around and got some hits, and we just sparked together. Man, it was awesome. This is an amazing game. We finally came together as a team and showed what we really were. We were competitors, man. It was awesome. It was just amazing. I can't explain it.
Were you one of the guys who was huddled around someone's phone watching the end of that Oregon-Stanford game?
Yes, we were all huddled around watching that Oregon-Stanford game. And then as soon as we saw the last out, we all went crazy. It was awesome. It's something I'll never forget, and something that I'll take for as long as I play baseball, and something I can always tell my kids growing up as well.
I know this team has had some of the craziest baseball games I've ever seen at any level this season. Rallying from that 5-1 deficit against Oregon State, being down to your final out against Washington multiple times, winning that game 17-16. Some teams just seem to have that X factor that allows them to win games like those. What is it about this team that makes it so special and allows it to do that?
I think this team just wants to win. It's not about one individual in particular at all. I mean, we've had game-winning hits and game-winning plays from about everybody on the team. It's not about an individual that's picking up the slack or anything. It's about everybody contributing to the team and just wanting to win and wanting to move on. So I think that's what's gotten us this far and what's allowed us to win so many games and so many close games.
So let's talk a little about you, because we had Jay Johnson on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about how happy he was, obviously, that he was able to convince you to come play college ball when I think you had the option to go pro out of high school. What went into that decision-making process for you? Was it a difficult one?
Yes and no, but my parents both wanted me to come to college, especially my mother, and my dad wanted me to make my own choice, but I kind of wanted to also follow in his footsteps. He came to college and it benefited him, and both my parents said it was the best time of their lives, meet new people, play baseball and play sports, and I can't say they're wrong at all. I'm having a great time this year, and then we're winning, so it's been awesome. There's not really anything I would ever take back from that, and I'm really glad I'm here.
Yeah, I know your dad played professional ball himself. Did he offer you any advice in that whole process, or did he sort of let you be your own man and make your own decisions?
He won't offer his advice too much unless I'm asking about it, but his biggest thing is me to just enjoy the moment and enjoy like what I'm doing right now, because at some point I'm not going to be able to do it. For if that's next year, if that's 10 years down the road, it's at some point everybody's going to be done playing. So he's like, just enjoy your teammates, enjoy the atmosphere, take it in, because you'll never have this experience again. And I think I've done a better job of that as I've gotten older. He always told me that, but I never really believed him until this last year. And like when COVID hit, and I was like, man, when we had our last high school game, I never realized that or pictured that being my last game ever. And that just hit me. And then finally this year I've enjoyed it so much more, I think, being around great teammates and everything like that. So he's definitely been a good influence on me and has helped me along the way a lot.
Well, let's talk about the season you're having. You're the best hitter on the best hitting team in college baseball, just to put it bluntly. You're batting .381, 14 home runs, 62 RBIs. Like I said, you're Baseball America's front runner for Rookie of the Year. Just named a semifinalist for the Dick Hauser Award. I'm sure you're not surprised by your success, but when you sit back and think about the things you've accomplished, are you surprised maybe everything is happening this quickly for you?
I've never been one for the awards and such. I really kind of focus more on the process and the execution more than the results. The results have been a blessing this year. I never shoot for those goals. I never set goals for that. I really just try to help the team as much as I can. And me hitting right now the way I am is just help benefiting the team right now in a good way. So whatever I can do to help the team, I'm all for. I'm not picky on all that, and I've just prepare for as much as I can the best competition we play, and we play in a good in a very good Pac-12, and so I just try to prepare for each week and help the team out in any way I can.
Yeah, Coach Johnson mentioned how humble you are, and you keep your head on and don't really listen to the outside noise and the accolades. How do you do that? Do you just stay off social media, or how do you just keep your focus on the field like that?
I just I've never been one for the awards because I think I was always like raised that I mean at the end of the day it doesn't matter how good or how bad you are if you come to the field and you do your job you're gonna be successful and you're gonna help your team win because it's not an individual sport. It's just there's individual awards every day, but at the end of the day it's a team win. It's not just one person winning. Mike Trout's the best player in baseball and he's he's on a very good team, but he hasn't won a championship, so it's hard to say. Like I'd rather have that than all the accolades.
So you wrap up the regular season this weekend against Dixie State, and then you'll find out where you're headed for regionals. It seems likely Arizona will not only be able to host a regional, but host a super regional should you advance. You think this team has done enough to this point to earn a top 8 seed and lock in home field for regionals and super regionals based on just your body of work?
I don't like looking too far ahead in that sense. I'd like to secure the regional and then move on from there. But I believe our team is one of the best hitting teams in the country, like you said, and I believe we are a top 8 team. And I don't see any reason that why we shouldn't be. And if we keep playing and keep playing every game the way we should have a very good chance of hosting these two.
Let me back up to your decision to come to Arizona because I know you could have also gone to ASU and you had a couple of other opportunities. You played in Queen Creek High School, just a few miles down the road from where I'm at. What made you decide to go play for Coach Johnson at Arizona ahead of some of the other schools, including ASU, right in your backyard?
So those ASU and U of A were by far my top two schools, and U of A just was the better fit. And I'm very glad Coach Johnson recruited me at a high school, and I thought the fit was being close in Tucson and close to family and everything was a really good fit for me. And Johnson just made a very adamant point to come to a lot of my games and made me feel like I was already a part of the team before I even showed up. So that was a big reason I decided to come here.
He seems like a guy who genuinely loves his job, and he's like a fun guy to play for. How would you describe Jay Johnson? Like, what do you guys see that we don't see from him?
I would say he wants to win as much as the players do, which I've never seen a coach do. He's really wanting to compete and tries to help us in any way he can. He's scouting ahead, it seems like every day, and he knows exactly who we're going to face and what they throw in and like their scouting reports, he's the one doing it. It's not just having one of our managers do it. He's putting in the time and effort to find out the players we're playing against and the competition we're playing against. So he's all hands on deck with us, and just anything that can help us, he's for.
Let's go get to know you a little bit off the field. Every student athlete we bring on, we like to ask them some questions off the field or off the court or whatever the case is. Based on your Twitter profile pic, I'd guess you enjoy hunting. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that is very correct. I'm a big hunter and fisher. That's something my dad has always raised me to do, and I love it, man. It's something that I feel like in the modern day we've gotten away from. Kids don't go outside as much anymore, and that's something I love. It's just I love being outdoors. I love being away from like telephones and everything like that. I don't know how to play video games, and I'm never going to. I don't think. It's just something I was raised to. My parents didn't believe in, and they're like, you should be outside and enjoying life because it's so short. Why would you want to take? Why would you want to play video games when you go hunting or fishing? That's just me.
Where are some of your favorite spots to go hunt and fish?
I'm gonna be quiet on those, but I hunt and fish a lot in Arizona. Yeah, but I grew up on Lake Powell and Page growing up from when I was a baby till about 12 years old, and we'd go fishing every spring. And every year, high school, usually as soon as my season would get done, we'd make a trip or two up there to Lake Powell and go fishing, and it was awesome. So during COVID, since I couldn't play baseball, we made a few trips up there, and that was awesome. I loved it, and my dad and my brother have been going up there the last few weekends, so I've been kind of jealous, even though I've been playing baseball.
That's something you're
But
looking
those
forward
are
to getting back to when the season's over.
we'll see. Hopefully, we're playing a long time, so either way, I'll be happy. I think.
Fair enough. Well, last question for you, and we really appreciate your time. Arizona has been given the green light now to fill up High Corbett. and went from no fans at the beginning of the season against Ball State to some fans, and now you have the opportunity to have a full house for your remaining games. What does that mean to you and the rest of the team to have the potential to have a full house for Dixie State and then possibly the regionals and super regionals down the road?
I've never really experienced a full house, so I'm actually really excited to play in front of it as well. Every player that has told me when we've have opening night and we have full stands, it's something you'll never forget. He said it's just an experience that you'll love and you can never take away. It's just the whole atmosphere changes, and it seems like somebody's got your back. Where, especially at home, it's a totally different feeling. So I'm very
All right,
excited.
Jacob Berry, star infielder for Arizona baseball. I know you don't care about the accolades. We love seeing you rack them up potentially. Congratulations on the championship. Go win some more. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.